Hello everyone. In today's class we will start unit 2, that is testing techniques. In the testing techniques we are going to see first one is black box testing. Before moving for the black box testing, let's revise what is meant by white box testing. White box testing is a way of testing the external functionality of the code by examining and testing the program code that realizes the external functionality. In the white box testing, we are mainly focusing on only testing the program code. Here it is also called as clear box testing, glass box testing or open box testing. This is about white box testing. Now we will start the black box testing. What is meant by black box testing? In the black box testing, we are going to verify the functionality against the requirement specifications. Here we are not checking the program code, means here no need of systems internals like implementation of code. Here test engineer derives different inputs based on the requirements. Therefore black box testing is done without the knowledge of the internals of the system under test. Black box testing involves looking at the specifications and does not require examining the code of a program. Black box testing is done from the customer's viewpoint, because here we are only considering the requirements. Based on the requirements we are going to test the product, that is called as the black box testing. In black box testing we are not testing the program code, just we are checking the functionalities of the product. Here example is a lock and key. All of you know the lock and key. You can see in the image, we do not know how the levers in the lock work, but we only know the set of inputs, that is the number of keys, specific sequence of using the keys, and the direction turn of key, and the expected outcome, whether locking or unlocking. These are the only two outputs of a lock, that is whether to lock or unlock. For example, if a key is turned clockwise, it should unlock, and if turned anti-clockwise, it should lock. To use the lock, one need not understand how the levers inside the lock are constructed or how they work. It is essential to know the external functionality of the lock and key system. Now we will see some of the functionalities of the lock and key. You can see this diagram here. This is the example of lock and key. We will see the functionalities. Here many functionalities are there. Among the first one is features of a lock. What are the features of a lock? It is made up of a metal. It has a hole provisioned lock and has a facility to insert the key, and the keyhole ability to turn clockwise or anti-clockwise. And second functionality is features of a key. First we have discussed features of a lock. Lock means this one. What are the features of a lock? It is made up of a metal. It has a hole. All of you can see here, it has a hole, right? It has a hole. Then it has the facility to insert the key, and the keyhole ability to turn either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Features of the lock. And next is features of the key. This one is the key. Features of the keys. What are the features of the keys? It is made up of a metal and created to fit into a particular lock's keyhole. These are the features of the key. Then what are the actions you can perform on the lock and key? This is the third functionality, actions performed. Here you are going to insert a key and turned clockwise to lock. If you want to unlock, you are going to turn it and clockwise. These are the two actions you are going to perform. The first one is key inserted and turned clockwise to lock, and the second one is key inserted and turned anti-clockwise to unlock. Next functionality is states. What are the states of a lock and key? There are two states. One is a locked state and another is a unlocked state. Next functionality is input. What are the inputs you can give to the lock? Here, key turned either clockwise or anti-clockwise. These are the only two inputs you can give to a lock. And last functionality is expected outcome. What is the expected outcome? Either it may be a locking or unlocking. Only two outputs are there, locking and unlocking. What are the inputs? Inputs are keys turned to clockwise or anti-clockwise. These are the two inputs. Outputs are locking and unlocking. These are the different functionalities of a lock and key. Here, with this knowledge, we have a meaningful ways to test a lock and key before you buy it, without the need to be an expert in the mechanics of how locks, keys and levers together. This concept is extended in black box testing for testing the software. All this is about black box testing. What is meant by black box testing? Black box testing is done without the knowledge of the internals of the system under test. Means here we are not going to test any code. Here just we are testing the product based on the requirements. That is the black box testing. We'll see the next point, that is black box testing techniques. Here total 9 testing techniques are there. The first technique is requirement based technique. Second one is positive and negative testing. Third is boundary value analysis. Fourth one is decision tables. Fifth one is equivalence partitioning. Sixth is state based testing. Seventh one is compatibility testing. Eighth one is user documentation testing. And the ninth one is domain testing. In exam, they may ask for 10 marks for all the testing techniques. If they have asked for only 5 marks, then they may ask either 2 or 1 for 5 marks. Now we will see the requirement based testing.